And I think it really shows, Sammy, that there are some people whose football teams have never faced any sort of adversity. And I was sitting there, we were talking about this the other day, or yesterday, I should say, where with the Pittsburgh Steelers, like their fans, like, like they don't, they've never experienced things that a lot of us normal fans have experienced. I think about Bears fans. I think about Cleveland fans. Like if you think about how loyal the Cleveland fan base is. Like Cleveland, that's a fan base that shows up. We saw them all over Las Vegas yesterday. They show up everywhere they go. When they play out here in Los Angeles, they show up in large numbers. And they have no reason to. They haven't won in forever. And yet the fans are still ardent, and they're still hardcore, and they're still diehards. Whereas the Steelers fans, you know what? They're facing a little bit of adversity right now, and they're crashing out big time, and they're lashing out at the Bears fans. And I think part of it too is like if you ever watch like a Pirates game, like this is how Pittsburgh fans react to adversity. They just don't show up. So now they're coming after the Bears fans. Everybody wants to point it on like, this was no big deal. You guys got whatever it is. Honestly, I don't care. You can say whatever you want about the Bears, about how they're winning and all that stuff. But to me, I still say you should go out there and enjoy it. And I'm never going to go apologize for my team going out there and winning. It is just not something that I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to enjoy it. I had a great afternoon yesterday. I enjoyed the heck out of that Bears victory, and I'll probably continue to enjoy it for the rest of the day and tomorrow, all the way up until Black Friday, because that's the point. Like, if you're not going to sit here and enjoy the victories when they arrive, then what are we even doing here? So, Stammy, let's go ahead and start the show.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Adam Ray.
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
The sickest Chicago Bears and fantasy football podcast. Sports entertainment like no other. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank on a Victory Monday as we sit here and enjoy, at least most of us, are going to enjoy what happened on Sunday with the Bears getting a big, much-needed win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you can sit here and try to discredit the Bears as much as you want. It doesn't really matter because the biggest thing for this team is that they're going out there and starting to establish an identity, and the identity comes from the head coach. So if you will indulge me right now, for those of you who missed it, I would like to play Ben Johnson post-game reaction. Sammy, let's fire that up right now.
I tell you what, it takes a village. It takes a village. And I'm talking about players. I'm talking about coaches. I'm talking about training staff. I'm talking about everybody in this building. Everybody. And here we are towards the back half of the season, and our depth is being tested. All right? It would have been so easy to walk. Man, how are we going to win this game? We got no linebackers. What are you talking about? We got no linebackers. How are we going to win this game? You guys don't bat an eye. Jonah Jackson goes down for a minute. Luke Newman steps up. Theo's down. Ozzie steps up. Man, I can keep going on and on and on and on, man. Credit to you guys. That's number 8. Yes, sir. That's number 8. All right? I got 2 game balls here. 2 game balls. Number 1 is this. Like I said, man, we had a lot of guys go down on defense. This guy stepped up. He wore the green dot. He had us going all game long. DJ, come on, man.
Hey, man, I couldn't do it with everybody in this room, man. Yes, hey, like he said, it takes a village, man. The DBs from the D-line to the special teams to offense, man. We all had each other's back, man, and I appreciate y'all, boys.
Man, I tell you what, this guy's been getting hot lately. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but I certainly have. Since the bye week, it's just each week, a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. It's going up. Give me a little Montez Sweat.
Hey, I just want y'all to know I appreciate everybody in this room, man. Let's keep going.
Yes, sir. Hey, breathe on in now. Breathe on in. Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. See, good gets better. Any better gets better. Any better gets better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
How do you not get fired up for that? And how can you not appreciate what Ben Johnson has been able to do with this team, molding them, guiding them? A couple of real quick points there. A couple of players who over the last couple of weeks have been the target of consternation from some Bears fans. DJ Moore, funny enough, like sitting there, I was watching the game as we always do with a number of Bears fans down at our local Pizza Hut here, or the Rip Pizza Company in Southern California. But I will tell you, we're sitting there, people are like, you know what? DJ Moore, for whatever reason, was not only on people's fantasy football benches, but he was also just like straight up on the waiver wire. And I remember last week, one of the co-hosts of NFL Fantasy Live, and by the way, for those of you who are tuning in tonight for some fantasy stuff, you know what? Sometimes we supersede the fantasy talk, because sometimes I just really want to talk about the Chicago Bears. I know I'm going to be able to go on CHGO tonight to talk about it. I know we'll be back with our guy Nick Rohde tomorrow. We'll have Taken to the Rank on Wednesday. However, just want to sit here and talk about the Bears on a momentous victory. And DJ Moore, though, was one of those guys where people are saying, like, yeah, you could drop him. And I'm like, really? You're going to drop him from your fantasy football line? Like, I understand if you're not starting him. That seems reasonable. But the fact that you didn't want to go out there and even have him on your, like, who are you picking up? Who were you picking up? Were you Chimere DK? Like, was that who, although Chimere DK actually did have a pretty good game, but Andre Yoshivas, who are you adding on your roster that you don't want DJ Moore? But it was good to see him go out there and have a monster game and be able to go out and contribute with a couple of touchdowns. He's been amazing. And of course, Montez Sweat, another player that people are kind of like, not disenfranchised with. I don't want to say that. I don't want to put that out there. But a lot of people were like, look, we need to get a better pass rush. We need to get to the quarterback. He went out there and did it. Jaquan Brisker, another guy who is the target of scorn from a lot of Bears fans, went out there, made the key play defensively at the end of the game to stop what could have been a potential game-tying drive. Steelers apparently were just playing for the tie right there. I don't know why they didn't show more urgency, trying to push the ball down the field a little bit more. Instead, got real conservative. That was the one thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers I noticed, is that typically, I even said this, like, they kept going for it on fourth down so much. I was like, when did Mike Tomlin grow a pair and start going for it on fourth down? Maybe it's been something he's been doing all season. I've not checked the next gen stats or anything like that, but my vibe on Mike Tomlin was always of somebody who doesn't go out there and challenge a lot, doesn't try to push the issue. Although there were times in the second half, you could see him being a little bit more conservative, playing it a little bit more close to the vest than you would have liked from a coach. You would expect to go out there and try to win a game, but instead he was going out there to tie it. Didn't work out in their favor. Great win all the way around. And a couple of things that I want to address. And I mentioned it at the top of the show about, listen, should we be concerned about victories? Like it is one of the things that when the Bears win, it's amazing to me how much it causes fans of the opposing teams to just crash out. And it's not just the Steelers fans. The Steelers fans were crashing out. Oh, I can't believe, like, who do you think you are, Pittsburgh? Like, why do you think you're a good team? This is the same organization that had George Pickens and said, you know what, we're going to trade him to the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to let you let the Cowboys win a trade with you. And now, although, I don't want to make this too much about the Dallas Cowboys, but I will say, like, the Micah Parsons thing is actually looking okay for them. When you get Kenny Clark, when you get the Quinnen Williams, Hendon Hooker just returned from injury. Like, that defense, they're starting to look a little frisky, and they've made some pretty good moves. And the Cowboys, thankfully, we beat the Dallas Cowboys, or else that would be one that we would look back on like that could end up coming back and biting the Bears. But you should never have to go out there and defending the wins. And I want to let everybody in on a little secret right now. And before I do that, before I let everybody in on a little secret, I want to let everybody know that Crown Champs has just dropped the hottest thing that fantasy football has ever seen. We're talking about a real handcrafted premium championship crown, and it's only $2.99 a month per person in your league. If you go to crownchampscompany.com, that's crownchampscompany.com. Go out, check it out. Real affordable. Don't just settle for some cheap trophy, some lame championship belt, a GG in the group chat. Nope. You want to go out there and not only win your fantasy football league, you want to go out there and rule it with crownchampscompany.com. And also a shout out to our friends at Huel. Huel is pushing me. This is the thing that keeps me going. And you can try Huel with a discounted rate of 50% off for new customers right now using the code SICKBEARS when you go to Huel.com/sickbears. That's Huel.com/sickbears. Sign up. You can get this stuff. I get these sent to my house every month. I will get a package of these sent to my house every month. They listen, so many soccer practices, so many jobs I got to do. One of these bottles, 400 calories, 35 grams of protein. Thanks to our friends at Huel. We appreciate them. So I did want to let everybody in on a little secret. And this is it. And this is the nuance that people don't quite understand. So every time the Bears win, I go out on X and on Threads. And by the way, if you're not following us on Threads, you should. Threads is way better, by the way, less hostile, less bots. But every time the Bears win, I, in all caps, are the Bears the best team in football? And people get unglued. I am not saying the Bears are the best team in football. I am asking the question, are the Bears the best team in football? And people want to be triggered. And it's funny because I'm asking a question, so it's really not a ratio because I do want your responses. Am I sweating? Oh, that's on the screen right here. So I'm asking a question. So I'm not getting ratio because everybody's responding, which is exactly what I want the engagement. I'm asking, I don't think the Bears are the best team in football. Like, I'm not a crazy person. I'm not insane. I have eyes. I can sit there and watch the LA Rams play football and realize the LA Rams are the team to beat right now. For the last couple of weeks on the After Hour with Jim Rome, we've talked about this every Tuesday when I join him. We talk about who's the best team in football. We don't know. It's usually a wide open thing. I think we can safely say the Rams are the best team in football right now. They're the most complete. They play well on both sides of the football. They run the ball really well. Kyren Williams, although your fantasy team has taken a little bit of a hit, Kyren Williams has played well, running in tandem with Blake Corum. Matthew Stafford looks as great as he's ever looked. And by the way, at some point, there needs to be a conversation of whether Matthew Stafford was actually truly a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. If you flip their situations, because we're now seeing Matthew Stafford in the twilight of his career doing stuff that Aaron Rodgers was doing in the prime of his career with a lot of great weapons. I think that's a real conversation we could have. Is Matthew Stafford, should he be considered the better of the two quarterbacks? Defensively also, the Rams have done real well. They lost Aaron Donald to retirement, and he's still playing really well. And Marcel Reese was on the Jim Rome show today talking about the fact that, hey, if the Rams really wanted to, Aaron Donald looks like he could go. Could you imagine the Rams reaching out to Aaron Donald right now and be like, hey, get yourself in shape. We'll see you in week 17. Play a couple of weeks, come into the playoffs, go get yourself another Super Bowl ring. So when I post that out, and this is just for us fans sitting here in this chat, I clearly know that the Bears are not the best team in football right now. And I don't care. I don't need them to be. What I need them to be is a team that is angling towards double-digit wins. A team that has made a lot of great strides. A team that is finding an identity and finding a way to win. It is so enjoyable watching a team that, regardless of the situation, you feel like has the ability to go out there and win a game. And even yesterday, Caleb Williams had one of the most horrific plays. It was terrible. It was a god-awful play. It really was. Inexcusable. He should know better. He needs to be more careful. But he got over it. He did not let that play affect him. Years ago, not only him, but other quarterbacks, a play like that happens. The Chicago Bears do not recover from that. They go out there and they lose. And poop gets unraveled. It's a poop show from there on out. And the Bears responded by scoring a touchdown, driving down the field and finding Colston Loveland, who, by the way, Colston Loveland, another touchdown. Funny, I have not seen any of those. I've not seen any of those like graphics or anything like, hey, the Bears took Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren. Have we seen that lately? Has anybody noticed that? Anybody talking about that at all? Just curious. I don't know. I haven't seen it. If you've seen one over the last day, please send it my way. I'd be curious to see if people are still talking that ish. But I sit there and I see a team that just responded. And then the Bears end up going up by 10 points, which gave them enough of a cushion to hold on and win a game. That's exactly what we want. You never have to go out there and apologize for beating the teams that you needed to beat. The Lions had to go to overtime to beat the New York Giants. The Packers allowed J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings to hang around at home before they ultimately put them away. Somebody, I wish I should have pulled this out, but somebody said this in response to, are the Bears the best team in football? Which again, they're not. I get it. I know they're not. I'm just asking a question. You're all responding. And the fact that so many people are so vicious in their response shows how triggered they are that the Bears are playing so well. But what it is like the Bears, like you just play the teams that you play. And you go out there and the NFL changes week to week. Things happen week to week. You got to go out there and make your own fortune. Somebody was talking about it on the radio today. Like, yeah, every bounce seems to go their way. And like, I don't believe in that. I believe in a lot of creating your own opportunities. And not only creating your own opportunities, but going out there and making the most of them. The Bears were doing that yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that, coming in 6-4. And you're like, well, you beat Mason Rudolph. You know what? You cannot sit here and tell me with a straight face in the year of our Lord 2025 that Mason Rudolph is much of a drop-off from Aaron Rodgers. Historically, sure. 2019, of course. 2025 Aaron Rodgers, there is not much difference between Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, and that is the stark reality of life. As a matter of fact, they're expecting Aaron Rodgers to play this week, which shows me he didn't want to play the Bears. Oh, that's interesting. He took time off. He had time to go out there and allegedly flip the bird to some fans. That's what it was saying online. I don't know. I didn't see it myself, so I can't really speak to that. And I will say he seemed rather somewhat gracious to Caleb Williams there for a moment at the end of the game. And I think Caleb even went back to see if he could, hey, can I get that jersey? He asked him some question, which I assume was asking for his jersey. But he seemed all right for his, and Aaron said a couple of nice words to him. Now, and this is the funny thing too. I was thinking about this in this moment where Aaron Rodgers in that moment could have really done the big brother thing of like, hey, you're going to be a star. You're going to play a lot. You're going to do really well in this league. Keep your chin up. Use it, like that's the kind of stuff. Because it's Aaron Rodgers. Like, as much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers, he is still one of the best quarterbacks of my lifetime. I can admit that. I think that Matthew Stafford's better, but he is still one of the best quarterbacks of my lifetime. He could go and actually say a few words of encouragement to Caleb Williams, and I wouldn't take advantage of it. CJ Stroud, that's another story. By the way, I know that I like to bring this up a lot, but CJ Stroud has been outplayed. Now, obviously, he's missed the last 3 games. Davis Mills has gone out there and killed it for the Texans. And Davis Mills is extremely deferential. Like, no, this is CJ Stroud's team. This is his team. I'm not going to do anything. It's all good. I don't know. CJ Stroud post sunning Caleb Williams has been not a great quarterback. Davis Mills, if Davis Mills took his job, I would hope that Caleb Williams would call him up and be like, hey, CJ, You're going to be a great quarterback in this league. Keep your chin up. Do what you got to do. But the point of the matter is this, and we'll be talking about, and I'll get into this with Nick tomorrow, and I'll talk to Greg about this on Wednesday, is looking ahead, looking towards the schedule. It's not going to be easy, and that's fine. It's just funny to me, like how much it rattles fans of the opposed. Like there's some Packers fan who's like, "Oh, come talk to me over." I'm like, bro, I'm never going to seek you out. I really don't care. You're on my timeline. I'm not on yours. I don't seek you out. I don't care. I don't care if you believe. I don't care what you think. I'm worried about what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing right now is a team that's 8-3. And you can sit here and make all the excuses that you want. And you can sit here and just, rational, well, this guy wasn't playing, that guy. Have you seen the players that we've lost on the defensive side of the football? Your team is your team. You just got to go out there and play. Listen, I can't feel sorry for a team that's missing this guy or that guy when we've missed a bunch of players as well. It's just the way the NFL works. And if you want to sit there and start pointing it out, like I said, I deal with this. Like I deal with parents like this when I'm coaching AYSO. Our star player, or I don't want to say star player because I hate using that term on my teams, didn't play half the games. But you're like, listen, my team is the team that's on the pitch. That's who I roll with. And whatever team I put out on the pitch, I expect them to win, regardless of who's out there. And that's the way I'm going at it right now with the Chicago Bears. I don't care who we're missing. I expect the team that's out there at Soldier Field is going to go out there and win games. And this week they had a must-win game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is a much tougher schedule looming. There are some great teams on the horizon. I understand that starting this week against the Philadelphia Eagles, a Philadelphia Eagles team that, by the way, I was so stoked when they were smoking the Dallas Cowboys because I'm like, you know what? Let them get a little bit of space in the division. Let them come off an easy victory over the Cowboys, and then maybe the Bears can go out there and eke out a victory. Now you got an Eagles team that's going to be like extremely pissed, ready to just roll somebody. And here come the Bears. Like, oh, why this might be the first one, but at the same time, still expect us to go out there and get a victory. We're going to see the best. We're going to get the best punch of the Philadelphia Eagles. Excuse me. Still expect them to go out there and win this game. So there's no reason to apologize for winning in the NFL. There really isn't. There have been times where things don't go in the Bears' favor. The ball doesn't always bounce our way, but it is now. And we're going to keep going. So this week, I'm not going to concede to the Philadelphia Eagles. Then we come back. We play the Packers twice. Everybody's like, you play the Packers twice. I'm like, good. We beat the Packers last year. We split the series with the Packers last year. You play the Lions. That's going to be a tough game. But the next time they face the Detroit Lions, that's going to be outside. And whether you want to admit it or not, Jared Goff has been showing his outdoor cat tendencies. They got San Francisco, a tough game. They got Cleveland, great defense. I'm just not willing to concede anything. So I want everybody here within the sound of my voice to go out there, enjoy Victory Monday. And if you want more of this great content, go to CHGO. In about half an hour, I will be joining the three families with Greg Braggs and Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marsaw. We'll go out there and have a good time. So thank you for joining me here today. Sorry to interrupt the fantasy talk. Start DJ Moore this week against the Eagles. So until next time, bear down. And Sammy, go ahead and play us out. Oh, wait. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I just want to remind everybody. Thank you, Sammy. Forgot to tell everybody. Still, in a couple of weeks, I will be in Chicago at Twisted Shamrock. That's right. We're going to be there the night before the Bears take on those Cleveland Browns at Twisted Shamrock, the place to be to watch Chicago sports. Whether you're a fan of the Bears, Bulls, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, Sky, or Fire, the place to be is Twisted Shamrock. Monster screen TVs in the private party room over the main bar, and of course, outside on the tremendous patio. So if you're looking for a place on game day, make it Twisted Shamrock, and I will be there on December 13th. Plane is scheduled to land at 4:30. I'm heading straight from Midway Airport to Twisted Shamrock. We're going to do a live show. We're going to shake some hands. We're all going to get we're all going to get an old fashioned and go out there and have a good time. Hope to see everybody out there. And Sammy, thank you for indulging me. Now you may play us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.